Welcome back to another episode of the Footy Social, and it's what everyone loves. It is the 26-man England squad. We've got Boyd back for it, his first time back since we were around Jacobs doing our Premier League predictions. So we've got probably about, going up to about 100 players here. We're going to have to whittle down to 26. So some players we won't talk about, well, most of them we won't talk about, and then the rest we obviously will.
So obviously we're filming this in the middle of an international break. I don't even know who we're playing. I don't know what these games are. We're
playing Italy on Friday and Germany on Monday.
Right, so we'd imagine...
Decent sides.
Yeah, so we'd imagine the squad's going to look fairly similar to what it is now, but there's been a few injuries and obviously there are some picks which we don't agree with, so we're just going to have to...
Are we taking injuries into account into this or not? Because there's no one on big term injuries.
There's no ACLs or anything, is there?
Yeah,
really?
it's not like...
no, I think we're on a level playing
passes.
field for most of our players, so I think we might as well just get straight into it. So this is what we would take to the World Cup. So we start with goalkeepers, get the easiest one out of the way.
Yeah, let's put these over here. So Boyd, do you want to read them out?
Aaron Ramsdale's the first one.
Okay.
Just read all of them out.
Just read all names.
Aaron Ramsdale, Pickford, Pope.
Right. There you go, that's those choices.
Who's not?
Nice one. We've got Fraser Forster,
it's
Dean Henderson, Carl Darlow and Alex McCarthy. I mean, that's pretty easy choices. Yeah. Dean Henderson talks a lot of game for somebody who's not actually that good a goalkeeper, doesn't he?
I mean, actually,
he has a lot of saves to make when he plays for Forest.
He's the only one which I think could, out of them four.
Yeah, it's because he's the only English goalkeeper who's actually playing for a club right now.
And he's just got that Jordan Pickford.
Yeah, no, I think the other three are miles better keepers than him, so that's the three keepers chosen. So Ramsdale,
that's pretty easy. It's the same as we picked in our last squad. They will be the three.
I think they'll be the three.
I think we might have picked Johnston instead of Ramsdale last time, didn't we?
Yeah, but not last one because
in the Euros.
He's been in the Championship for a year. Maybe the Euros one.
Maybe
last
our
year.
first ever draft Euros.
Yeah, maybe our first. Yeah, that was probably March 2021. Yeah. But there's keepers. They're saying the same for us. I know Tennyson's in it at the moment because Pickford's injured, and now we've got a much bigger list of defenders. Don't drop anyone here, Boyd. You can sort of try and move those.
Yeah, so I'll put a few names down to start with.
I'll just read them out as you put them down. Sessegnon, Guehi, Shaw, Kyle Walker, Ben Chilwell, Fikayo Tomori.
Yeah, God, we got loads here.
Stones, Cody,
John Stones, Connor Cody, Reece James, Harry Maguire, Trent, Alexander Arnold, Ezri Konsa and James Tavernier, Max Kilman, Adam Webster.
We've got Mark Gay twice. He's back good.
Twice. Yeah, so get rid of him. Eric Dyer, Tyrone Mings, Valentino Livramento. He's got an ACL.
Out, so we might take him out. Unfortunate, but he's
Luke
young
Thomas,
enough.
Kieran Trippier, Aaron Cresswell, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Dan Burn, Tyreek Mitchell,
Ben
White, Kyle Walker-Peters.
God.
Luke Ayling.
God, I forgot about that name.
Jed Spence, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, who's just signed for...
He's at Southampton, isn't he?
Yeah. So I didn't know to put them midfielders because he played holding midfield.
No, he's like
he's a wing back. James Justin, Rob Holding, Michael Keane. I swear Has Keane got an injury?
I haven't seen him play in a while.
No, Target.
Rubbish anyway.
Lamptey, Craig Dawson, James Tarkowski, Ben Godfrey, who is injured, I think.
Injured. I think he broke his ankle against
Solly March, Mason Holgate, Trevor Chalobah is there,
Chris
Smalling.
Right, so get rid of the...
I say what we should do. We should go around one by one, just picking them out until we get to like 15 left or something.
Yeah.
And you can't just take out Kyle Walker because you don't want to be just like the really ones or the obvious ones. I'll start with Luke Thomas,
Trevor Chalobah.
I will get rid of Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I've got the biggest agenda against that guy.
I will get rid of Adam Webster.
Solly March.
Decent centre back there, only Webster.
I'll get rid of Ezri Konsa.
Get rid of Max Kilman, has a poor season.
Tarek Lamptey.
Yeah, hasn't really come back.
Is he still recovering?
He's come back. He's just
I'll get rid of Jed Spence.
He just hasn't played enough minutes. Yeah. I'll get rid of Aaron Cresswell, gone off the boil a bit.
Yeah.
Maitland-Niles.
Yeah.
Dan's one from earlier, Michael Keane.
Very terrible centre back. Rob Holding, also a terrible centre back.
Matt Target.
Godfrey's injured, so might as well get rid of him.
Yeah. We're getting through him. Luke Ayling.
Mason Holgate.
Let's do 3 more. I think I'll probably just go Dan Burn.
Yeah. See, now I'm not too sure on everyone. I'll get rid of Ryan Sessegnon. I think he's had a good season, but there's just better
you got one
options.
more to pick to get rid of.
For Peters.
Really?
No, I wouldn't get rid of him.
No discussion for him.
Tyree Mitchell.
No.
James Tavernier.
James Tavernier. There's just better right backs in there.
Right, so put them all over there, all the out ones. So left, we have. I think we have. Boy, do you want to read them out?
I don't think we need to. Let's just go for left back, shall we?
All right, so yeah, so we'll put them into their positions.
So we got Luke Shaw,
James
Ben
Justin.
Chilwell, James Justin basically plays most of his football on the left.
Tyreek Mitchell.
Peters can go anywhere. Tyreek Mitchell. That's all the left backs, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll just while you talk about them, Dan, I'll move them.
So I think Luke Shaw is probably a guarantee, even though he's not been that good for about 18 months. There's just I think Ben Chilwell is a guarantee because he's a good left back. He's been playing well this season when he actually does get minutes. I don't know why we're so obsessed with Cucurella having to play 90 minutes every week.
Why is Chilwell he's back fit and then Cucurella's... I mean, I suppose if you spend 60
we're
million on someone, you have to start him.
Yeah, which is why I didn't really get it. Tyreek Mitchell just... I don't think he's got enough.
No, I think he's had one squad.
He's good, but he's not.
He's the left back, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. If he moved to Man United, he wouldn't get any minutes, would he? Realistically, I think I like him, but I think we could probably get rid of him, right?
Yeah, I think he's the worst out of those.
Yeah.
Lot.
And then James Justin has also had a poor season. I mean, Leicester bottom of the league. I don't think too many Leicester players deserve.
He did his ACL when Leicester were good, and then he's come back.
He's been poor.
He missed pre-season as well.
So I think we'd probably get rid of James Justin. So that's just Chilwell, Shaw, and Walker Peters.
I really like Walker Peters. I mean, if you're gonna put him as the right
funny.
I mean, to be honest, if I had to start one right now, I'd start Walker Peters over Luke Shaw. I'd start Chilwell, but
I don't want to pick the most basic squad.
No, neither do I.
No, I also think you deserve to get punished for having 18 months of poor form.
Like the two I'd pick,
like Rashford and Sancho have been dropped because they had a terrible season.
I say you should have two per position at least. So I'd say. So
we're saying Chilwell, Walker Peters, and Luke Shaw's reserve. We'll revisit him later.
Revisit. Yeah.
Okay.
So then between right backs, I mean, I think he's probably going to pick 3 of them. So I say we pick 3. I think the 2 that are the best 2 there are probably Kyle Walker and Reece James. I think they have to go personally, and then you've got to pick 1 from Ben White, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Kieran Trippier.
Right. See, the thing is, I'd pick both of them. And Trent Alexander-Arnold and Trippier. Also,
both of them can play centre back in the back 5.
That's what I mean.
And we are going to play a back 5.
Yeah.
So I would drop Ben White and I'll take both of them.
I think Ben White.
I'll put Ben White in the centre backs though.
I think Ben White. You would put him in the centre backs because he can also play.
Yeah, worth revisiting later on.
So you take all 4, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is there room? It's now if in a 23-man squad, I'd say definitely not. But 26, we can. I say yes to all of them, and we'll revisit if we want to take one of them out later on.
I've got a feeling we'll have more than 26.
I think the issue with Kyle Walker is bordering on that region where his pace is looking like it's going to go. As soon as his pace goes, he's a worthless footballer.
See, that's the thing.
There's no point in.
I think Walker's. This will be his last tournament.
Yeah,
100%.
I would say
he won't be sniffing the squad next.
Definitely them 3 questionable. Depends on numbers. If we're definitely them 3. Kyle
Walker's
Walker's the questionable choice.
I think Walker is probably mine.
I think technically he is the worst out of all of them.
Because Trippier you need for set pieces. He's also experienced. Trent.
We always say the same thing. If we come up against France in a semi-final, you would start Kyle Walker right back to deal with Mbappe, wouldn't you?
Yeah. So you'd have to take him because he would have.
Although I think I'm not trying to be biased. I think Reece James has the physicality of Kyle Walker.
Reece James is a better version of Kyle Walker.
He's bulked up massively recently. I think Reece James.
I mean, not currently. I mean, his ceiling's maybe higher.
Yeah.
I would say currently he's a better.
I would still back Reece James. I mean, Reece James physically has dealt with a lot bigger wingers.
And Reece James in a pace battle isn't a pushover either. I'd say Kyle Walker actually should.
We'll take all 4. I think my bottom one is actually Trent because I think.
No, you've got to have him.
But Trent's like technical ability. It's just ridiculous.
I know. Would you pick 4 or 3 considering 4. You could maybe take...
And also Walker Peters you could class as well. Then we look light on left backs if we're classing Walker Peters as a right back.
We've got technically we've got 5 right backs.
Yeah. I mean we've got 1 left back, 3 right backs and 2 hybrids, haven't we?
You
Trippier and Walker Peters.
Yeah. You could play Trippier there.
Let's go for centre back.
And you could also play Tyrone.
So the worst ones. So let's pick. I mean, I think the first name centre back on the team sheet would be John Stones.
Yep, probably agree with that. And then I would say Tomori.
I'd have to agree. I think he has to go in.
He's been fantastic.
So we've got 2 more spots. And you've got Dyer, Mings, Cody, Guehi, Smalling, Maguire, Dawson, Tarkowski and White.
See, now, I'd say Mings.
I
wouldn't
say Mings.
He's got tournament experience already. He's basically been a part of the group and he's also playing very well at the minute.
But also there's 3 centre-backs I'm looking at who are better than him.
Who are the 3?
Eric Dyer is better than him.
No.
Mark Guehi's better than him. He's also left-footed, which is the only reason. If Tyrone Mings was right-footed, he wouldn't be anywhere near this squad.
Yeah, it's the only reason Mings
Ben White's a much better centre-back than him.
You've got to look at his leadership qualities as well.
I'd say Dawson's a better centre-back than him.
Leadership qualities, but then you've got Eric Dyer there anyway.
Yeah, Mings is also a better footballer than Dyer.
But I would still trust Dyer to defend more than Tyrone Mings.
No.
And if Dyer is used to playing in the back 5, if we're playing back 5, I'd put Dyer in the back 5.
Eric Dyer's an aerial threat from corners as well.
I think let's just get rid of Tarkowski. Because he's going to go for Everton, but he's not going to be in the squad.
Respectfully, Craig Dawson is probably a bit too old.
Yeah,
for
he's
stuff
not.
nowadays.
Yeah, I think Smalling as well. He's not going to be
Smalling's
there.
been great in the Serie A, but so can my granddad, really.
So we've now got to pick 2 of 6.
I wouldn't pick Maguire.
It's a difficult decision.
I know we would pick Maguire, but Maguire is going. That's the issue.
Yeah, but
I do want to do a bit of realistic plus sort of our twist on it. So I think we've got to pick Maguire. And plus, he hasn't let England down. He's always been really good for England.
Hasn't,
but he's a bad centre back.
Yeah, he's also not playing for his club.
Yeah,
which
he's
means
he's not a leader. He's not a leader
either.
either. He's in poor form. He's got a very weak mentality. He's slow. He's boring. He's just not a good centre back.
I think he'll get away with it.
Yeah,
because it's winter. If this was next summer and he had a whole season of sitting on the bench, there's no chance he'd be.
It's also our squad. I'd say the way I'm going is if you don't play, if you're in bad form, you shouldn't be in the squad.
I think also we would get. I mean, we got pelters for picking Dyer last time. We're going to get pelters if we pick Maguire. So I think get rid of Cody and get rid of Maguire. Just out of respect. Cody, I mean, Cody hasn't had a bad season, but it's just better.
He's plays in the back 4 for Everton, and I mean, Ryan, who's a Wolves fan, said he can't play in the back 4, but he looks like he can.
Yeah, so I would go for
2 of those. I'd go for Eric Dyer.
I would probably go for Ben White,
and I would go with Ben White as well.
So that's a 2v1. And also, as Guehi,
I was thinking about Guehi, but if I went Guehi, then we'd have like another standoff.
No, he was in the England squad.
He was with those friendlies. I think we played like Switzerland.
Yeah,
so he played for him.
So he played for England first team.
Yeah.
I'd say put Mings there.
We can put Guehi there as well.
Yeah, because they're both fair shouts.
Okay.
Right, midfielders.
Right.
And technically, we're also classing Walker as an outside centre back and James as an outside centre back, aren't we?
So how many defenders have we got, by the way? How many people have we picked? 1, 2, 3,
6, 10.
10 defenders. So we've got 13. So we've got 13 midfielders and attackers we could pick.
Yeah, I think
that's about
right. I mean, we could move. We could add another one as well for 14.
Right. So you got Noni Madueke,
Conor Gallagher, Jude Bellingham, Declan Rice, Bukayo Saka, Mason Mount, Phil Foden, Jared Bowen, James Ward-Prowse, Jack Grealish,
Kieran Dewsbury-Hall.
That was a long name.
James Maddison.
The clones.
Jacob Ramsey. Harvey Elliott. Emile Smith-Rowe. Harvey Barnes. Calvin Phillips. Harrison Reed. Oxlade Chamberlain.
Jesus Christ.
We've
still got him in there.
Jack Harrison.
By the way, just if you're thinking, this is our...
we've kept these pieces of paper
from like 2 years ago.
So
there's some here that shouldn't be, like Matt Cash.
We'd probably have to get rid of Ben Foster.
And Manchester United winger who we shall not name.
Yeah.
Anthony Gordon. Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Nice.
Damari Gray.
Nice.
Marcus Edwards.
He's a new one.
Michael Olise. Hamza Chowdhury. Dele Alli. Callum Chambers.
How was Hamza Chowdhury snuck his way in, by the way?
He plays for Watford, by the way.
Callum Chambers, why is he in
the We'll whack him off because he's not going to be in
it.
He was not.
I know, wait, boys.
You can have Chambers instead of Mings if you want.
No. Adam Lallana.
Oh, my life.
He's played alright for Brighton, to be fair. Top 4 team at the moment.
Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Jordan Henderson. Oliver Skipp. Ross Barkley. Harry Winks, and Jesse Lingard.
Right, this is going to be fun getting rid of some of these names.
Right, we'll do what we did last time. I think
Yeah.
we'll get rid of we'll have about 15 left again. So my first one I'm going to pick out is Harry Winks.
Yeah, I'll get rid of Oliver Skip, the two
Hudson
Spurs
and
boys.
Doy.
Yeah,
Jesse Lingard,
yeah. Adam Lallana.
Dele Alli.
Yeah.
Kiernan Dewsbury Hall.
Well, I think Dewsbury was worth a mention more than some of the other players. We were not putting him in, but he's worth a mention. More than Ross Barkley.
Well, yeah. But
So Hamza Chowdhury.
Hamza Chowdhury.
Ross Barkley.
Ademar Lookman.
Michael Elise.
I swear he plays for France anyway.
He might do, yeah. He
Dwight
got the
McNeil.
under 21s, yeah.
I'm going to take
20, I forgot about
out Eze.
He might have
Curtis
declared
Jones.
for Nigeria anyway, shouldn't he? Harvey Elliott, I think he's just too lightweight.
Calvin Phillips is not going to be in there.
Harvey Elliott's a good footballer, but he's just too lightweight.
Is he not? Is he?
Calvin Phillips, he's in the squad.
No, he's not. Yeah, he's in the squad for this.
No, he got injured, isn't he? He's out for the World Cup.
Is he?
Is he 100% guaranteed?
100%.
Oh, okay.
How's Harrison Reed still there?
Yeah, I forgot about him.
Madueke, take Madueke out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conor Gallagher as well. Poor season.
Yeah.
Dreadful season so far.
I'd probably Oxlade-Chamberlain. What's he still doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loftus-Cheek.
Loftus-Cheek. Damari Gray.
Damari Gray and Marcus Edwards.
Yeah.
Actually, I think Edwards has been good. But
Marcus Edwards, we've only specifically put him in there because he had a decent game
And
against
he had
Spurs.
one interview where
Where they said, are you looking for a spot?
So we have now got, how many have we got left now?
So I think
3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
15. Well, see, we're good at that. Right, so we've got to pick 13. I'd say we'd pick more.
I'd say 8.
I'd say 6.
Oh, I'd say 8.
So we go.
8.
There's a few wingers in here. There's a few.
Yeah, there's a
quite
few
right.
like
Yeah,
yeah, so we'll
yeah.
pick 8. So I mean, the first names on the sheet are probably Foden. I know he's actually been improved a little bit. Rice,
Bellingham.
Saka.
Henderson.
No,
No.
You know what?
Saka.
No?
Saka.
I mean, Mount's had a poor season, but
But he
Grealish.
will be there.
Yeah, no.
Grealish.
Grealish. Right, so that's already 6. So we've got to pick 2 more
See,
from
I'd say
Jared Bowen,
I'd say more
James
than 8.
Ward-Prowse, James Maddison, Jacob Ramsey, Emil Smith-Rowe, Harvey Barnes, Jack Harrison, Anthony Gordon and Jordan Henderson.
Now, I'm sorry. Ramsey, I'd say Ramsey is not a bad shout to actually put in there.
He's too young and not enough experience. I think maybe in the future definitely.
He's older than
Currently,
Bellingham.
right now, I think it's just too soon for him.
Older than Bellingham.
And also,
He's not as good.
He's
though.
not as good as James Maddison, who I want in there.
Yeah, but they're 2 different players. To be honest, I'd probably take them too.
But Ramsey's not.
There's names in there that are better.
Bellingham.
There we'll go.
So we can all both agree. All can agree that Maddison should be in
Yeah.
there.
For some reason, Southgate just doesn't like Maddison, but I
don't know
he
about
creates something
Maddison.
out of
I
nothing.
don't know.
He creates something out of nothing.
I'm
and
sorry.
that's
But
what you
you've
need
got
to
Grealish, you've got Mount, you've got
Yeah,
Foden,
but he's
you've
also
got Saka.
Yeah, so if they're starting, someone to bring off the bench. Maddison's someone that can create. He's creating stuff in a very poor Leicester team.
Yeah.
Like,
And I'm also not lying. Not a single one of them players can twat it from distance, apart from James Maddison.
Yeah, true. I don't mind
Literally.
Maddison shout. I think Anthony Gordon too soon.
Yeah.
Jacob
Well,
Ramsey
that's
too
probably-
soon. Sorry, Boyd. Harvey Barnes too soon.
How's Jack Harrison still in
Emil
there?
Smith-Rowe too soon. Jack
Yeah.
Harrison too soon. So then there you're 3. Jared Bowen, James Ward-Prowse and
I'd
Jordan
say
Henderson.
James Ward-Prowse, just because.
I think
I
Bowen has just. If he had carried on his form when he had that last year,
Yeah.
he was in our last. He would have gone to the World Cup had it been in this summer. But he's just been poor this season, and I think he will go to the World Cup because I can't see Southgate changing it last minute.
Attackers, is there?
Yeah.
That's why. You got Saka and Bowen.
There is a few in there.
There's a few
like
in there.
Sterling, players like that are all in
Because
there.
he won't take Maddison, which means he will take Bowen, and he won't.
Yeah, but we're not
But
Southgate.
I think-
This is our one.
I know, but unless there's injuries, unless Bowen gets injured,
No, this is.
you're not gonna. Southgate isn't gonna change much from his current squad for the World Cup.
Yeah, but we're not Southgate. This
I
is-
know,
this
I
is-
wouldn't take Bowen personally.
I'd-
I think
I'd
he's just been
say,
too poor
yeah.
this season.
I'd say Ward-Prowse. Just-
So if you're looking, put him in the maybes.
And also, Liverpool fans do not like Henderson anymore. His legs are massively gone.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have the legs.
Not-
I know, but you know how he used to argue Dyer for experience.
Yeah,
But
I'd
also
have
Dyer's legs hadn't gone at that
And
point.
also
Henderson's legs have quite
and
literally
also-
collapsed.
No, but
You
you
said-
have him as
you
a
said
26 man to
experience,
sit on
though.
the bench, and I suppose you could go anyway and just sit.
I
there.
still
Yeah,
don't think I want to pick
and also
cheerleaders in
it's
the World
for-
Cup squad.
It's for experience. You're saying experience.
At the end of the day,
Most of these players have
altogether.
experience.
yeah, most of these players have just got to a Euros final. They've got enough
Yeah, true, yeah,
personality.
I'm pretty sure all of them, apart from Kyle Walker-Peters.
Who's
Tomori,
your? And there's not really anyone there. It's the CDM. So we're playing with a load of eights, are we? There's three eights.
Well, yeah, if we're playing 5
Again, but we haven't got a pure defensive mid anymore.
Yeah.
No.
The only pure defensive mids left in the world are like Fabinho and Casemiro, aren't they?
Yeah, true.
That's
Right,
very
I'm
strong,
happy with
yes.
Ward-Prowse over
Ward-Prowse,
Henderson
definitely.
anyway.
Yeah.
So that leaves us with how many now? 5.
Oh,
Should probably stay in the reserve.
Yeah, you can stay in 5.
So we got 3, 5, 9, 13, 21. So we can pick 5 of them.
So Calvert-Lewin, who I mean,
Nope.
Welbeck,
fell off a cliff.
Harry Kane,
That's an easy one.
Danny Ings,
That's an easy one.
Tammy Abraham. Yeah, easy not going in. Ivan Toney, Eddie Nketiah. I swear he's going somewhere. Is he not?
He might be Ghanaian.
Yeah, he might be. Raheem Sterling, Marcus Rashford, Ollie Watkins, Jadon Sancho, Callum Wilson, Patrick Bamford, and that Manchester United right winger, which I'll not name.
I don't know why he's still in there. Callum Wilson's injured.
Callum Wilson's injured.
Shocker.
I said someone else that's injured. I
Absolute
think it
shocker.
might be
Oh, Eddie Nketiah, I think, he's
Yeah.
gone to Ghana with.
Bamford. Is he injured?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. He was playing for the Leeds under-21s the other day. So
Calvert-Lewin's injured.
Danny Welbeck.
And rubbish.
Welbeck isn't going, so sorry, Welbeck.
Decent season.
So that
but
leaves
it's
us
just
to
not
pick 5 from Tammy Abraham, Ivan Toney, Raheem Sterling, Marcus Rashford, Ollie Watkins, Harry Kane,
Well, it's safe to say.
Danny Ings, and Jadon
Yeah.
Sancho.
Essentially,
So we're
Sterling
picking
and Kane.
Sterling and Kane.
So we're picking 3 out of the remainder,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, we should put him
Okay.
there.
So
oh.
straight away, I'm going to put my neck on the line and say Ivan Toney. I absolutely love Ivan Toney.
I think
I remember saying at the beginning of the year,
unbelievable
it was
this
sort of, if
season.
we said like a surprise package to go to the World Cup, I said Ivan Toney because I think I said, to be fair, I said I thought Arsenal were going to sign him instead of Jesus, and he was going to play well for Arsenal, but he's doing it anyway. He's doing it for Brentford anyway. So
Yeah, he deserves to be there. So
Yeah,
I think Ivan
absolutely.
Toney.
and he's got a bit of personality. I love his personality. as well.
Can we just get rid of 2 of them?
I would also say Ollie Watkins should be there.
No,
Well, he
they're
shouldn't.
both-
He's had a crap season.
They're both shit.
They haven't done anything for about 18 months, neither of them.
Neither.
No, but he-
Neither of them have done
have
anything
neither of them.
for
If
18
they
months.
play for Everton or West Ham, have either of them done enough to be in the England squad?
Well, yes.
No, they
haven't.
haven't.
No, but Ollie
They've had a
Watkins-
crap 18
Ollie
Neither
months.
of them have.
Ollie Watkins, probably one of the best hold-up strikers.
You've got Ivan Toney.
Ivan Toney's
Ivan
much
Toney's the
better.
definition of a hold up. He's everything. Literally,
but yeah.
Ivan Toney is the complete. If you could build a forward on Football Manager, you would end up with Ivan Toney.
Yeah, but does
He's
he?
got everything
he-
that Ollie
he-
Watkins
he-
has,
he
plus
won't-
10
he
times
won't,
more.
He won't press the back line for 90 minutes.
What, have you ever watched Ivan Toney play football before?
Yes.
He's literally everything. Ollie Watkins runs about a lot. He's literally like an Aston Villa player, just runs about.
He's
a
a
lot.
striker version of John McGinn.
He doesn't like players that run to bound.
Well, I like players who have technical ability as well as the work.
I
rate. Ivan Toney's a
do
technical
like them
player.
as players, Watkins and Ings. I take them both at West Ham. But that's not what we're picking. We're
Yeah.
picking the England squad, and neither of them have done enough. Boy. Neither of them. If they had hit, who was it who had 18, like 15, 17 goals 2 seasons ago? Was it Watkins?
Yeah.
If he'd done that last season, then he'd be in and around it. But
Which is
Victor
why he
Rubbish,
wasn't in
rubbish.
and around the squad
And he's
last
not done
year. Now
anything
he's
this
not anymore.
season
He
For a reason.
scored 14 goals last year.
in all comps.
No, he got 12 in the league.
Well, still, he wasn't. He's not been as good as Abraham or Tony. Can you bring Bowen back? He's sort of the same sort of player as these.
Jared Bowen.
Is there any other wingers there?
No, that's it.
No.
So I think we've got 2 spots, haven't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
2 spots for Abraham, Rashford, Sancho, and Bowen.
I'd say
Or we
Rash-
drop out a right back and say, but I don't think any of them are sort of screaming at me that we have to take them.
I'd say Rashford and Sancho. Because Tammy Abraham's basically Ivan Toney in the finishing department. And I'd say
Yeah.
Rashford and Sancho are the two.
So hear me out. Bowen has had a poor season. He was amazing last season, and he gets in behind. Which other than maybe Sterling,
Rashford.
right, he's not there. I'm looking at who's already in. I can't see any of these. All these are sort of like technical who will sort of play. None of these will get in behind. Like maybe Saka, but Mount won't. Foden isn't enough getting behind. He likes to come deep, come in, play the ball. It's a different option. It's a different
But I think
option.
if I wanted a winger who doesn't really do anything apart from offer a goal threat, I'd take Marcus Rashford.
Marcus Rashford and Sancho, the two I'm taking out of them for.
Well, I don't think Sancho's done enough.
This season he's been... Yeah, but then you're not going to take...
Has he though?
You're not going to take another
The thing is, he's the
striker.
only winger who's like meant to be good at dribbling I've never seen dribble. I've never seen Sancho dribble, ever. I just don't see what he offers. He's sort of like... He's not really creative enough. He doesn't dribble. He's not really a goal threat. I know he scored a couple of goals this season, but they're not sort of like... He hasn't worked him himself. The goal against Liverpool was pretty good, where he sort of, did that a few fake shots. But I haven't seen enough of that in Sancho. And he's been here for, 18 months now? I haven't seen enough. And I'm also trusting Rashford one-on-one. I'm trusting Rashford one-on-one way more than Tammy, way more than Bowen, and way more than Sancho.
We've got to pick two of them.
Yeah, so
Rashford's definitely one.
Rashford's. So you got one out of Abraham, Sancho,
and a confident Rashford, which is what he's starting to do this season, is a dangerous Rashford.
Yeah.
I've always rated Rashford. I just think I don't know what's happened to him in the last 2 years. So
you got to pick one, and then will we bring all of them back now? Do we need another centre back maybe, or another centre midfielder, or another left back, or okay, yeah. So on the maybe list, we've got one spot to put either Mark Guehi, Tyrone Mings, Luke Shaw, Jordan Henderson, Tammy Abraham, Jadon Sancho, or Jared Bowen. I mean, if you look at our strikers, you've got Sterling's probably maybe Rashford, but they're more wingers.
Mm-hmm.
He's more of a centre mid. So is Maddison. I'll say Grealish probably winger. Mount's probably up there. Saka down here, and then he's probably there. So you've got 5 centre midfielders, 5 wingers, 2 strikers, 4 centre backs, 4 right backs, 2 left backs, and 3 goalkeepers. So what do you think we're light on here? If you're looking at injuries, would you say
centre backs?
I have to say, I
don't think so. If you're going to play 5, and if you say 3. James and Walker can also play, then you've got 6 that can play.
Yeah, one of them will probably be starting right back anyway.
Then if James gets injured, then you just put Trent at right wing back. So you've got options there.
I'd still say centre back.
I'd disagree.
I think, well...
Do you know who I would pick out of all those? And you're not going to like it, but I just think him.
No, Henderson.
I think Jordan Henderson.
Henderson's out of time.
I don't think we need a centre mid.
Need...
There's better centre mids here.
They're not that defensive. These 3 that can be.
I'm not even kidding. Jordan Henderson doesn't have legs left.
Yeah, we don't need Henderson in the squad.
He doesn't have legs left.
We don't need Henderson. I really think Henderson should be in here. Like, I think Jordan Henderson should be.
I just think that's our lightest position. So then bring another centre mid back.
I don't know whether we've been harsh on anybody over there. I don't think we really have.
No.
It's just. There's not a lot of England players that are sort of massively in form at the moment, apart from Tony and Kane, really, is there? And Maddison.
Well, I'd say I wouldn't take Luke Shaw. I think he's just been not good.
He doesn't even play anymore. Let's have Malacia.
No, if we're dropping Maguire for being a waste of time for Man United, we've got to drop Shaw for that as well. So then we might just have to stick Tammy on.
I mean, he's not going to play.
But again, 2 striker. I mean, how many games?
I don't think.
How many teams are in this World Cup? Is this the one where they've expanded it?
Even if that was the case, you still play the same because you play 2 group games and then.
Is that what they're doing?
2 because there'd be 3 in the group, so 2. You play 3 currently.
That's weird.
Sorry.
So there's 6 games. Are we saying Harry Kane and Tony are going to play every minute for all? If we get to the final, what is it? 3 group games, around 16 quarters. So 7 games. Are we saying that Harry Kane and Tony are going to have to play the 90 minutes between them for 7 games?
Rashford's can also play.
Kane will start every game.
Rashford's a good striker.
Kane will start every game unless we've
who's the USA or Wales is our last game.
Yeah, USA, and we're already through.
Yeah,
and you might just put Ivan Tony on. So I think you only need 2 because it's 7 games. If you had a 7-game season in the Premier League, you wouldn't suddenly need 3 strikers. We've got Antonio and Scamacca, and they're playing. I mean, they're not doing great, but I mean, pick any team where we have 2 strikers. They're not suddenly needing a third unless there's a big injury, which within 7 games is very high. It's highly unlikely. So I just don't think Tammy gets in because I just don't see a way in which there's need for him.
I think Mings should be the one out of them to go at him, just as another centre back. And also,
I think if there was another one, I'd probably go Guehi over Mings.
You're looking
if you pick his centre back.
No.
Well, I think the only issue is I'd only pick Mings or Guehi because they're left-footed.
Yeah.
Again, I said we haven't got any left-footed centre backs. So who's the left-sided centre back out of them ones?
Mings.
I guess it makes a good point, but again, this still feeds into the narrative that if Mings was right-footed, he'd be playing for Dagenham,
But
wouldn't he?
he's not though, is he?
If Mings was right-footed, he would be playing for Dagenham, but I don't trust him as a defender.
I do a lot
That's
more
the
this
issue.
season.
I don't want to pick Mings in this squad. I think personally, I just don't think he's good enough. If you're not picking Cody, he's on the same level as that. You're not picking Mings.
Should pick Gurley in just to keep him away from Ivory Coast.
Is that the country that he might go to?
It's too late now, isn't it? Because he's already played for England.
I think there's
England's
rules.
friendly.
No, I think there's rules now where you can play like 3 games or
I
something.
mean, even if Guehi goes to the World Cup, is he going to play that much?
Fifth choice, isn't it?
Mings has got more chance playing than Gurley.
I just think maybe another attacking option potentially could be.
Look at all the attacking options we got. We got seven attacking options, and that's without including Mason Mount and Maddison's attacking options.
So you've got he plays right, he plays on the left. Foden, Grealish plays on the left. Rashford plays left. Sterling plays left. So if you're looking at right wingers, it's pretty much Saka. I know they can all fill in there, but
you just want Jarrod Bowen in that squad.
but you just want Tyrone Mings.
Yeah, but Mings should be in that squad.
No, he shouldn't.
And he should be. Centre back wise, who's playing that left channel?
Bowen has more of a shout to be in the squad from his performances over the last 18 months than Tyrone Mings.
We're on about this season.
No, we're not just about on the season. If you picked off this season and you pick like all the Brighton players,
Solly March would be going in.
Yeah, Solly March would be going in.
I just who's playing that left hand pocket?
I'm pretty sure a lot of them can play there. A lot of teams play right-sided players that sided.
Tomori plays there for Man, I think.
You can play Tomori there. It's not that essential to have a left foot. It's like
It's just
ideal,
like nice.
but most players can play their left foot as well as their right foot. And they're not going to be like swinging balls in on their left peg, are they? They're more just going to be like passing it out around for the back, which is pretty simple, unless you're Thomas Souček. It's sort of getting a bit stale, so I think it's a no to Abraham because I still think we need him.
Sancho hasn't done enough to warrant. He's had a decent season, but
I don't think he's done enough. If you go for the last 18 months between them two, then you pick him every time. If you go for the last 7 games, you pick him. So you got great. So basically it's Jarrod Bowen as a backup to Saka, or you got Mings or Guehi as a backup to one of the 6 current centre backs going.
Foden can also play there.
I don't think he's a good right winger though.
He plays better. He plays better off the left.
Foden's not a good right winger.
No, Foden's left mid. He doesn't play. I mean, he can cover there, but Sterling can cover on the right. Rashford, I mean, no one play him right. I wouldn't play Grealish right.
I mean, to be honest, we were picking a Aston Villa player just off bias. I'd rather have Jacob Ramsey in there, to be honest.
There's no chance I'm putting him in there.
But he's not going in there.
I'm being serious when I mean Mings should be in there. This season and literally he's been solid, absolutely solid.
But where are you in the league? Like you've been solid to the point where your defence isn't that good.
Let's have a look at the XG thing, where Villa are. I'll just get it up.
He's just mistake prone. I don't like mistake prone centre backs. That's why we're leaving Maguire out. Maguire could be a decent centre back in a back 5 if you stick him in the middle and just throw balls at him.
Aston Villa are about 14th in goals against.
Literally,
and that's
ever since Mings had his captain taken off of him, the pressure's been put off of him, and he's literally playing with so much freedom, and he's literally solid.
But I don't think he's that good a centre back. I don't care about his confidence.
Yeah,
I'd be pretty
Aston
confident.
Villa are conceding 1.3 goals a game at the moment, and then you got Wolves 1.07 and West Ham are conceding 0.81 XG goals apparently. And even though we're doing so badly, it's more of our attack. But anyway, it's not a Premier League.
We better speed this up.
Basically,
it's 50-50 at the moment between Mings and Bowen.
Right, obviously I'm going to pick Bowen. Boy's picking Mings, so it's all on you, Dan.
This is stressful.
It's all on you.
See, I think, I'm not going to lie, just because he's a centre-back, I would probably have to go Mings. I think looking at that, it's weaker at the back, especially considering we will play a back 5.
That looks a lot better than... That's another reason. So if you add that to the attacking options, it doesn't...
And I mean, Mount plays for... technically Mount's played as a right forward for the last 2 years, so technically he's a backup to Saka.
And that, with us playing 5 back, I know they can cover...
I think I trust that more, yeah.
I mean, I'd pick Guehi then if we're doing that.
No.
But the issue is 5th choice centre back. He's not getting any minutes anyway.
That's true.
I think we got too many right backs now. I'm looking at that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think Kyle Walker should be in it. Like that's just me saying personally.
I think if you're playing if you're going to play what we're going to play, 5 at the back with like some centre backs, I'd take all of them, like James and Walker.
You know what? I would probably
But
put
then if
Jarrod
you
Bowen in and take Kyle Walker out.
No, but Kyle Walker has to go.
Ah, no.
Because like Dan said, when we play France and then we've got Trent Alexander-Arnold just standing still as he's running past him.
Reece James is...
Yeah, but I wouldn't say he's as good at tracking back as.
But also, if you're then playing Mbappe, you're going to have so much space down the right flank because Mbappe doesn't track back, and Reece James is a 10 times better attacker than Kyle Walker is nowadays.
Yeah,
So
true.
it's 3 things around that. So to be honest, I'd probably back that. To be honest, just stick Bowen in, keep everyone happy, and I don't think we need 4 right backs in the squad.
Yeah.
So no Kyle
And
Walker.
also
That's a
Kyle
big,
Walker,
big
he's going in
admission.
the right
It's a
back
big
anyway.
admission.
No, it is.
Yeah, but then so...
I don't think it'd be that controversial though, to be
No.
honest.
If anything, Harry...
I think Kyle Walker's just sort of been part of the furniture that everybody sort of forgot what Kyle Walker is. He's not that good attacker. He's not that good a defender. He's just fast and strong.
Dan has a slight Kyle Walker agenda.
I think he's a great right back. I just don't think he's as good as his
what he was
CV.
3 years ago.
So
Or
if you
3
put-
years ago, or what his CV makes.
If you did that or that, I mean, out of them two, you picking Mings.
Yeah. Because we've got...
I just don't see how you can look at those two players and pick Tyrone Mings. I just don't see how.
But you're looking at the players in front of him. There's 2 players there.
There's
that are
4
better.
centre backs, Boyd. Oh, there's not going to be 4 injuries in the 7 games you're there.
We're playing 3 at the back. We're playing 3.
Yeah, and Kyle Walker and Reece James can be there, like you said.
No.
But if we're picking our squad as well, because if we're playing a back 5, Maguire's in. If we're doing realistic, if we want to play a 4-2-3-1, which is ideal, we only need 4 centre backs.
Yeah, that is true.
Really, at which point
And we
you
probably
don't
need
need
4
At
right
which
backs
point you
either.
don't need 4 right backs, so you could probably bring a centre mid in.
Jordan Henderson.
No.
Which I don't think should be Jordan Henderson. I don't think there's any centre
Well,
mid.
what formation do we want to play at the World Cup? Shall we?
I want to play a 4-2-3-1.
I want to
I
play
wish-
4 back.
I'll play 4-2-3-1.
So there we go.
So then you
Let's
don't
get
need
started.
either of those because you 3 right backs and your 4 centre backs are fine. Which means you can now
So then we're
bring
light
in.
on centre mids.
Can we bring in 2 more players now? No, 1 more.
3, 5, 8, 12, 15, 17, 23, 24, 25. I mean, I don't think it's a stupid suggestion.
It's not a
to be
stupid
honest.
suggestion.
I mean, would you?
I think he's too lightweight. That's the issue.
Would you-
Like, he's not mature
He's
enough.
a ball carrier and he's actually strong. He's beefed up a lot and he can hold the ball. Jacob Ramsey can.
I think we're just light for centre mid markets, really, aren't we? We probably shouldn't have chucked it. But I mean, Dewsbury Hall. I mean, we probably have to put in the conversation if we're looking after a centre.
I
mid
mean,
fullback.
if not playing and just being there for a cheerleader role is what you're thinking of, then Jordan Henderson's your 26th man.
Ruben Osser's cheek's got to come back in. What a player he is.
Do you reckon this is what Southgate and his coaching staff do, like X Factor sort of, like,
Yeah.
actually no, he's out, he's in. Oh.
We're making one direction with our right backs. We've
Yeah,
got so many.
yeah.
I'll tell you what. I don't even think boys Jacob Ramsey shout is that bad.
It's
It's
not
not.
that bad, but
No,
it's
it's
not
not.
good.
It's the best. It's the best one. He's better.
Why
got
is
someone- it's got someone
England's
else.
centre mid's gone so bad?
It's just Calvin Phillips is injured.
Yeah. Why have we got no centre mids left?
And Jordan Henderson's dusted now.
Yeah. Why is everyone rubbish?
Well, think about it. It has been 16 months since we last redid this.
I mean, Smith Rowe. No, I don't think Gallagher.
I think he's exciting. I like it.
No.
Gallagher would be in if he was playing for Palace, but once
Yeah.
you sort of once you've sort of
now
been
he
playing in a
mixed them
team
all up.
like England are basically the same level as
Can
Chelsea,
I-
right?
can
You're
I-
expected to win every game. Once Gallagher's finally come into a team that's expected to win every game, he's been awful this season.
Harvey Elliott.
I think he's better than Jacob Ramsey.
Oh my god.
I think Jacob Ramsey's a better defender than Harvey Elliott though,
Yeah.
if we're playing him in like a 4-3-3.
He's not going to play. None of them will play, so it's just like a sort of like extra man. You weren't bothered about another centre mid earlier when we were picking one, were
Boyd,
you?
we
Now
might have
suddenly-
to, Boyd, we might have to 2v1 here.
and now
We might
some.
have to 2v1 it for Jacob Ramsey.
Jacob Ramsey's it. I said this from the start. Jacob Ramsey should be in, just because he's a ball carrier as
I
well.
don't think it's that bad, to be honest. I hate agreeing with him.
I'd have Kyle Walker just as a backup.
Oh,
right back
he's
and
just got an
centre back.
agenda.
I just don't think Jacob
It's
Ramsey's
just
done
more,
enough to be.
but
an
if we want to be
England
exciting, let's be exciting, man. Let's put Jacob Ramsey in. Let's be crazy. We're dropping. Who we dropping? We're dropping Luke Shaw, Maguire, Kyle Walker. We're getting rid of the old boys, all right? This is a new era. If you had Graham Potter as a manager, do you reckon he's picking Harry Maguire or Jacob Ramsey?
Jacob Ramsey.
He's going Jacob Ramsey.
I think he's going Harvey Elliott.
I think he's going Jacob Ramsey. It's just
Harvey
solid
Elliott's a
one.
bit of a. If
he's
you're looking
better.
for the dressing room dynamic, though, he's not a nice bloke, is he? Harvey
But,
Elliott?
no, yeah, apparently he's an absolute
He's a little brat.
arsehole.
Jacob Ramsey seems like a nice lad. He's got fit misses as well, doesn't he?
That's his younger brother.
Oh, okay, never mind.
What do you say? That's his younger brother who's fit.
Well, they can both go to the World Cup. All right, I think I'm happy with that. Why not? It's a bit different.
There's no chance Ramsey goes, by the way. But
yeah, but there's also no chance that. Actually, to be fair, there's not many other crazy chances.
How long have we been going for?
Pardon?
How long have we been going for? We worked on an hour.
40 minutes.
Right, I'll read out the squad. Dan, you can put our squad on the screen, and then we can each pick our starting 11. Right, so in goal we've gone for Pickford, Ramsdale and Pope, pretty straightforward. Our left backs have gone for Ben Chilwell, and I mean Kyle Walker-Peters / Kieran Trippier can both cover there. Right back we've gone for Reece James and Alexander-Arnold plus Trippier and Walker-Peters. Centre back Stones, Tomori, Dyer and White. In midfield Rice, Bellingham, Ward-Prowse, Ramsey, which is Rogue, Maddison and Mounts.
Put him in the thumbnail. Get some clickbait.
Yeah, we would actually. I just want an agenda. Having Jacob Ramsey not make that's not an agenda. How's that an agenda? Is me not having Harry Kane in there? That's an agenda.
Jacob Ramsey.
Having an agenda is someone that should be in there.
Yeah,
Jacob Ramsey's not ready. Jacob Ramsey's not ready.
He's not having an agenda. He just shouldn't be in there.
You're saying about last 18 months. Jacob Ramsey's our best player last 18 months.
Yeah, he probably has, but still, he's not been.
It's exciting if we want to bring it. It's sort of like it's a random comparison to make, but it's kind of like it's just a feel good factor as well. Like like Arsenal threw that random 15-year-old the other day, just because everything's going right from the moment. They just thought, let's just do this thing because it's cool and exciting. It adds to the feel good factor. If we're taking look at that like a young midfielder, Jude Bellingham, Jacob Ramsey, like that gets people excited. I mean, they'll never start, but it adds to the feel good factor of the camp rather than having boring Jordan Henderson walk around and miss tackles and give away long balls and going, oh, for God's sake, come on Southgate, you're boring.
So Henderson would try and switch it to the right wing back 40 yards. Jacob Ramsey pick it up, drive 10 yards and play it into Foden.
I want my England team to be excited. I think Jacob Ramsey's exciting way more than Jordan Henderson. I don't think Jacob Ramsey's a better player than Jordan Henderson, but he's just more exciting and Henderson's legs have gone. And that's bit of energy, bit of excitement.
Okay, player I wanted it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. So we've got, as the wingers, we've got Bowen, Saka, Grealish, Rashford, Sterling, Foden. No Sancho, which could have been in there ahead of Jacob Ramsey.
Won't be much fanfare apart from Man United fans, though, will it? Really?
Harry Kane and Ivan Toney. No Tammy Abraham as he misses out for Jacob Ramsey.
Yeah, he's also missed about 3 sitters at the weekend. I don't know if anyone saw that.
No,
that was
the only Italian game I watched recently was the Juventus, was it Salernitana?
That was pretty crazy. Right, let's pick our
11. Boys, as you're the guest, you can go first. Make it quick.
Okay, Pickford in goal.
You can move them and make
it. Pickford in goal. Chilwell left back. Then I'll have Stones and Tomori. Right back, I'll have Reece James. The 2 I'd have would be Jacob Ramsey.
I'm not saying anything.
And Declan Rice. Then I'd have Bukayo Saka on the right. Oh God. Rashford, just because I like Rashford.
On the left?
Yeah.
That's just all because he's good at FIFA. Who's your cam? Who's your cam?
I'll have Foden and then I'll have Ivan Toney. I'm joking. I'll have Harry Kane up front.
So, Boyd's team
Good
is
Lord.
Pickford, James, Stones, Tomori, Chilwell, Rice, Ramsey, Saka, Foden, Rashford, Kane.
Right.
So Dan will put that on the screen right now. It's Boyd's team. So I will go next. I'll probably stick with 4. I'll stick with 4. I actually like your back 5, to be fair, but he's definitely going Jacob Ramsey, and I'm going to whack Jude Bellingham in next to him, and then I'm going to take Rashford out, and I'm going to put in Sterling. I don't know how you've not got Sterling in your team.
the player of the tournament the last year. Right, I actually would put Trippier at left back over Chilwell.
That's the reason I think that's one of the reasons we did so badly
I
in
really
the last Nations League. They're having a right footer at left back.
I guess so.
Because Chilwell was injured. But it's your team.
I don't know. I just kind of like. I just think Trippier's a better player for England than. I mean, I really like Ben Chilwell.
I'd have Trippier in the team because if you get a penalty, if you get a free kick, then there's
I don't know. He's just sort of like he's the only adult sort of there, is he?
Oh yeah. By the way, you can put my team on the team on the screen.
I would keep that. I wouldn't play Phil Foden at 10 because he hasn't played as a number 10 for about 5 seasons. I think the best pure 10 there
Maddison
is probably James Maddison. He's the only actual number 10 in the squad. Sterling, obviously, Harry Kane. Do you know what? Should I be an absolute mental case just to make it interesting? 4-4-2. 4-4 effing 2. Right? 4-4 effing 2. Tony just in behind Harry Kane, flicking the through balls. Or they can interchange.
I wouldn't be against that actually.
It'd probably be like that.
Harry
Kane loves to drop deep.
Harry Kane loves to drop deep, and Ivan Cody.
And Kane can sort of like
so basically,
turn into like a centre
Sterling would
midfielder.
score about 20 goals in a game.
So then, if anything, it'd be like that.
Yeah.
Well, and then it's just
we did that with a 4-3-1-2 with Harry Kane at number 10.
What about then you can whack him sort of there as like
there you go. See, I played on FIFA. That's pretty crazy.
Hold on, no. If we're playing a diamond, Jacob Ramsey can be anywhere. Get Harry Kane out.
There we go.
And then Jacob Ramsey can be anywhere in there.
So we thought about it. England playing 4-4 effing 2 at the World Cup.
So by the way, that diamond we just built before Boyd ruined it was the same back 5 as we all picked. Rice in the pivot, Maddison and Bellingham in front of him, Kane in Cam, and then Tony and Sterling playing off him. Kane that's more of a centre forward.
Yeah, Kane's like picking up the ball deep and playing.
Sterling and Tony running off him.
It's a 4-3-3 with 3 strikers, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Left striker, right striker, centre.
Let's do it. Let's just be a bit more interesting. I'm bored. I mean, the Euros was fun because we were winning games, but we weren't really good, were we? It was boring games.
And
I'm
gonna say something that's not controversial at all, Dan. The reason why the football was boring in the Euros was not because of the players. It was because of there's one man in charge who chose to play like that.
Yes, I mean, to be honest,
it will still be boring.
You know what?
Yeah,
Southgate will turn Ramsey into Jordan Henderson.
Having Eric, I mean, basically the squad we're looking at is James, Dyer, Stones.
No, it's not.
So it's instead of Dyer, it's Maguire, Stones, Trippier, Walker, Rice, Henderson,
Kane, Sterling, Saka.
Basically, yeah.
Mount actually. Mount's his love child, isn't
it?
Right. So I think that's it. I think we've done enough there. I mean, personally, in my squad,
I think if
I would not pick Ramsey. I'd go with Kyle Walker ahead of Ramsey just as another option if you need him.
One of the 57,000 right back.
Yeah, I just think because he can take him, and I just don't think Ramsey's not going to be there. Not good enough. It's not agenda because I'm right. He might be in the future, but he's still young. Let him flourish at Villa and then move to Man City for 80 million.
And then sell him off for a year.
Yeah, and then he'll be right in the main England team once he starts doing those sort of things. But yeah, that's it. I mean, Bowen's made it after poor season. I was thinking this morning that I wouldn't put Bowen in, but we have.
No, we haven't. You have.
If Sancho scores 10 goals between now and Christmas, we'll swap him out for Bowen. But
yeah, we're going to do another squad in
December. There's going to be
it'll be earlier than that. It'll be like November.
Well, up to the start, but then
it'll be the week before the squad's announced. We'll put our video out and you'll see that. So yeah, I think that's everything. Boyd, would you like to actually first? I think we've not got anything planned, but we'll probably do some Prem stuff when the Prem's back. If I can face doing anything Premier League related at the moment. To be fair, I think we're not all. I mean, Villa are probably doing what they should be doing, but Chelsea and West Ham are underachieving at the moment. But Boyd, where's the outro?